deal with a now, N-O-W, now. Now is the time to expand what Uhuru has been trying to do in the city of St. Petersburg. It's the biggest single movement that has nothing to do with City Hall. It's the biggest single movement in the community that's not a faith-based church. So from a social grouping, what else, what other territory should we be taking? Shouldn't we own this whole block? Shouldn't we own all of Martin Luther King from the right to the left? Should not we own not just this space, but our houses that we live in? I'm an advocate of home ownership because it creates the foundation for wealth building. And if 10 members of this community, of this Uhuru community, if just 10 members would buy a house in the same community, the same block, you would in turn control it. If 10 members would own 10 businesses next door to each other, you would in turn control it. You would be not an advocate on Saturday morning going to City Hall, but you would be an advocate Monday through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I think the voice of the Uhuru movement for 2012, for 2013, needs to be, how do we act as a group in one step? If we can do that, that's being failed in all aspects of life right now. The church community is failing because they are not acting in one step. The political community is failing because they're not able to act in one step. But if 10 people in the Uhuru movement would act in one step now, do one thing together, buy this block as a goal for 2015, we'll have everything between 11th Avenue and 15th Avenue. What's wrong with that? It's available to us. They want to sell it to you. They'll give it to you. You say, well, I don't have the money. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. You do. You just don't realize your potential. If you show up, you don't always have to have all of the money. You have to first have the ambition. You don't lack money as much as you may lack ambition. My hat's off to Chairman Yasatelli, because if he had not been an advocate for some things 10, 15 years ago, there would be no Tyrone Lewis Gym, there would be no Uhuru House, there'd be no communications going around the world talking about the socialistic movement of the African people. There would be no such thing if some young man graduating from Gibbs High School didn't have a change in his life so that he became what he is today because he acted on it. Where's the next 9? We got 1. Who's the next? Who's the next 9 that's willing to say, if he can do this, I can do that? And if we step together, I don't have to be in love with him to believe what he talks about. He and I have some common ground. We don't have 100% common ground, but the fact is, I respect what has been achieved. Look at what has been achieved. If every community had a Uhuru movement, we would not be a beggar's race. The politicians wouldn't speak to us like they speak to us. When a presidential candidate calls us a bunch of shiftless welfare people, why does he have the privilege of talking to us like that? Because he feels that we don't have any power. We can't affect him. He thinks he's isolated from us. Why does a man running for re-election feel he don't have to campaign in the black community even though he's black? Because he thinks we don't have any power. We don't have any impact in his world. So we have to get power. How do you get power? One step at a time. It only takes any 10 of us doing one thing together, and they become very fearful of you. They will give you things that you don't even think that they will give you. They'll give you that empty building over there. If you step over there and demand it, it's sitting over there empty. Why should it sit there? If the bank own it, give it to the Uhuru House. The Uhuru House turns around and distribute the wealth. Only the reason this will work is that we have to work in one step. And why are you waiting for another time? The time to do any action in one step is N-O-W, now. It's a beautiful setting we got here in St. Petersburg. We should be, now that we have all of this should be, Yasatelli and all of you should be the leaders to go into Bradenton, to go into Miami, to go into Savannah, Georgia, because you have an example. But your example needs to expand. We need all of this block. We need all of this territory. And so I'm going to declare something in my language as a born-again Christian. I'm going to declare in the name of Jesus, from the light to the light is Uhuru House. On both sides of the street. And anybody that's not in support of it, their businesses will die and they'll give it to you anyway. So we have got to step in one accord. What is wrong with us stepping in one accord? We buying from them. You know what I mean by them. All our ladies going buying stuff on their hair and their face from them. They don't even hire us. But we buying all their stuff and not even asking them to fill one slot with somebody that look like us. So that's why the politicians treat us like they treat us. They say we don't have any power. It's not that we don't have any power. We just haven't exercised the power that we have. 10 of you. We got one that's already stepped out. We need 10, we need 9 more to step out. I'm stepping out. On 22nd Street, I'm stepping out. I bought 1025 22nd Street South, where Damon and Ramona does business now. But I just recently purchased 951 22nd Street, the 2-story building right next to the Boys and Girls Club. And I'm trying to take that whole block. Okay? Why not? Why not? So now there's 2 in St. Pete. We 8 short. Okay? We need some conquerors. We need somebody that's willing to be aggressive. Why not step over there and demand that building? It's empty. It's been empty for how long now? About 10 years? Anderson, this blacksmith needs to give it up. The little church needs to give it up. Metro, PCS, all of them. They need to be renting from us, as opposed to us always renting from them. So I praise God for what has been done. The rededication of this building is a result of a travesty. But because of the strength of this organization, the travesty has some kind of reward back to the community. You need to go back and take that gardens off of 16th Street and run that behavior that's going on over there, run it out of there. They're doing that in the name of Tyrone Lewis. That garden on 16th Street, isn't that the Tyrone Lewis garden? Let's run that foolishness out of there. We're not no bunch of drunkards. We're not that. That's not what we are. So we have to change, and the time to change is when? Now. Thank you very much.